the ability to care for this aging population in their homes continues to be the number one challenge that our industry is facing.
Maintaining quality of life.
Exactly.
Right.
And in order to maintain an individual's quality of life, you need to find the right type of individual to deliver the service and deliver the care in a professional, safe, and appropriate way to those people to keep them at home, which is ultimately where everybody wants to be. My goal is to try to put together the right senior management team who can make the right decisions about who to hire, when to hire them, and how many people to hire so that we can best serve our clients and meet their changing and growing needs in a very unique and dynamic way. One of the things that I think keeps people here over the years and helps keep our retention where we want it, specifically from an administrative staff standpoint, is my flexibility, my willingness to let people do what they need to do with their own lives. I strongly support that people go to their children's events, that they take the time they need to take to be with their own families, to spend time in meaningful ways, that people are able to look out for their own personal care. And I think that that is returned, and I feel that it's echoed back to me in the form of long-term loyalty. We've had some administrative staff here that have been here almost 30 years now, dating back to when my father started this company. And with respect to the caregivers, I think that they feel that, when they come into the office, they see the same faces, they talk to the same people on the phone, they've been working with these people for years. They know that there is a level of, constant presence from these staff members. I think the caregivers appreciate that too, and I hope that that engenders some loyalty from the caregivers as well. But turnover and retention, certainly at the caregiver level, is very, very, very difficult to manage. I definitely did not have any ambitions to come into this business until, like most people, I was faced with the decision of what to do with my life after I graduated from college. And I really did this sort of on a flyer, and I tried it, and 6 months later I talked to my dad and said, I think I want to do this, and I kept learning. I've been learning ever since, and I don't see myself going anywhere at this point. When I think of the future, one of the things that we've actually done here to try to plan for the future is add a new service offering. We have Geriatric Care Management Services division that we're launching right now, that's headed up by Aaron Kopecki, also a guest on Radio Entrepreneurs. And the goal with this service is really to help families and clients and prospective clients to navigate sort of the murky waters that is aging. And whether that's allocation of resources, whether that's securing home care if it's appropriate, whether it's looking for an assisted or an independent living community or a nursing home, we now have somebody who can sort of take an unbiased look at a family situation and assess their resources and point them in the appropriate direction.
Yeah, I would think that a culture in an organization like this would be very different than, let's say, a professional service firm that's really more, let's say, profit-oriented. And now you are a profit-oriented organization, but I would assume that a lot of people who work for you, money is not their driving priority.
Well, it's no secret that a lot of the home care aides and the home care workers in this industry are facing an uphill battle when it comes to wages. There's a rising, certainly in Massachusetts, as minimum wage continues to rise, jobs in retail and other sectors become a little more attractive than, say, home care, where an individual has to choose between working as a home care worker or going and making the same amount of money at Target and, knowing where you're going to park every day, exactly the length of your shift and what you're doing. So it certainly is challenging from a wage perspective, but we try to do a number of other things here at Best of Care to incentivize our employees by giving them educational training opportunities and by also giving them opportunities to advance and go from caregiver to supervisor to maybe scheduling coordinator. We've seen plenty of staff here move on an upward career path, which is something I'm proud of.
So you really take an interest not just in your clients. It can't just be one way. You take an interest in your staff and look at their life too and their life cycles and work with them as well.
I do, and I think our clients are better served because of that, because they get to experience some continuity of working with the same group of people who they have a familiar relationship with. and maybe they see some of those people here at Best of Care changing their roles, but they still maintain that connection to that person, which is a great thing to see.
Very nice. Other family members in the business?
I've got a couple of aunts who have been working as caregivers. I have another aunt who comes in here and does some clerical work. My mother was working for the company for a period of time, so it truly is a family business.
Wow. Family rules or corporate rules? Rule.
Depends on the day.
So you've got a tough job to do.
I do have a tough job to do, but in many ways I'm grateful that everybody who works here most days makes my job a little bit easier. So I'm appreciative of that.